This video is a reading of my poem Nanyang School. The poem is taken from the book The World Anew, Poetry and Haiga Inspired by Art in Pandemic Times, published by the National Gallery Singapore in February 2023, and drawn from my time as the poet in residence at the gallery from 2021 to 22. The book includes 32 poems and haiga artworks. Haiga is an art form dating back to 16th century Japan, featuring haiku and visual art element that I have been experimenting with modernizing since the year 2015. The book was launched at the National Gallery Singapore in February 2023. It has been featured on the CNA 938 radio with Lance Alexander and Melanie Olivero, and also in the Straits Times, in an article by Sean Hu, also in March 2023. The poem has also been featured in a reading and talk at the Singapore Management University to the SMU Literati Group in March 2023, and also at the Poetry Festival Singapore in August 2023, along with several of my fellow poets. The poem Nanyang School was inspired by this painting, Bali Temple by Chen Chong-sui. This is one of many paintings from the Nanyang art movement, which arose from a trip to Bali in 1952 by the pioneer artists Chen Wen-si, Liu Gang, Chong Su-ping, and Chen Chong-sui. One aspect that struck me about this subject is the pervasive and powerful place brand that is Bali, seen in this recently as in this Hollywood movie Ticket to Paradise in September 2022. And the deeper significance of Bali as a place brand was an insight that came to me in the year 2019, Singapore's bicentennial year, in which I spent a lot of time thinking more deeply about the legacy of colonialism. In a visit to the National Museum of Ethnology in Leiden, in the Netherlands, I came to see how Bali was presented to the world and projected as paradise as part of the Dutch colonial project. But in this poem, Nanyang School, I wanted to examine, just as Bali inspired the artists of the Nanyang art movement to see the world anew, the same spirit of rediscovery and reinvention is at the heart of Singapore's country brand attributes, its cultural DNA, as manifested in major initiatives such as the Future of Us exhibition in SG50 in 2015 and the Singapore Bicentennial 2019. Nanyang School. Just one 1952 trip, one encounter that taught, imparted so much, left such an enduring legacy of seeing the world anew. Bali, a perfect case study of branding's underrated power, positioning this ideal many times over since this enticing locale's global showcasing for the Dutch colonial project. Then, in a clutch of other ways later, in which this island renaissance, in turn, inspired blossoming in other terrains, as in Singapore, ground up, organic, catalytic, finding, touching, imbibing the purity of man, harmony with nature, a lodestar in spirit, the old welcoming the young, renewing afresh the soul of Nanyang.